So tell us now, giving us some more examples. We know that Islam is the perfect way of life. It's not man-made. All the evidence points to this being from the one who is the most loving, merciful, kind, the creator of the heavens and earth. He's the most just. He knows best. So at the end of the day, when your husband tells you, honey, listen, if we're going to fight, let's fight in a polite way. Honey, let's do it this way because I feel it's best. So the woman should do a jihad, a struggle. Maybe she's coming from Jahiliyyah. Same for the man.
Yes.
So, you know, she's been watching a lot of Jerry's. She left all that alone now, and she wants to be a good woman, a good Muslim woman. She's got to, because sometimes that inside of you just wants to lash out. You just want to, you know, your emotions get high. You got to submit.
I want to give you a real example.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a member of my family,
Yeah.
lady that is really pious. She was fixing a nice meal to her husband, who's a really pious man. And he was sitting down waiting for her to finish setting up the table. And you know, there was an article in the newspaper that actually attracted him, and he was taken by it. And his wife kept calling him, come to the dinner, come to dinner, come to dinner. She really got mad. And then she went, grabbed the newspaper and tore it apart. She was really mad. And the advice from Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, never get mad, never get mad, never get mad. When a man came to him and said, I'm simple-minded, I do not know how to put all Islamic law in my head, tell me something that if I follow, inshallah I'll get into Jannah. Don't get mad, and repeat it 3 times. What would the husband do? Look at the manners of Islam, because he's a good Muslim. He waited till she calmed down. And the first thing that he did, he went to the ground and picked up the pieces of the newspaper and scotch taped them together in, and did it in a nice, polite way without even looking at her. She said to me that I'd rather that somebody whip me or beat me up to death than the pain that I felt of his politeness as an answer to how rude I was. Mm-hmm. And this is how marriages, the tolerance and the politeness happens. But we want to touch upon a very important point, which is don't buy a broken car, a really bad car, and then bring the best mechanic in the world to fix it and call that a good marriage. A good marriage starts with how to pick up the good wife and the good husband. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ gave us the ultimate guidance of that. The one with the deen, the man with the deen. Deen always means, in the language of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, the good manners. Not just one who memorized the Quran or have the longest beard. A man who practically proves his Islam by dealing with people with the manners of Islam and the manners of the Prophet. That's how you choose a husband. How to choose a wife. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in his famous hadith, تُنْكَحُ الْمَرْأَ لِأَرْبَعٍ. A woman is pursued for marriage for 4. Her beauty, her money, her social status, or her deen. And deen again, her manners. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ advised, فَظُفُرْ بِذَاتَ الدِّينِ تَرِبَتْ يَدَاكَ. Take the one with the deen, otherwise you would regret it. And we all know as husbands, the most beautiful woman, the woman with the more money, and the family or whatever, you would marry her 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops, for whatever these reason, and they become normal. What lasts is the quality of her character, her manners as a Muslim woman, her deen. Choose the one with the deen. Choose the one that adheres to the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and obeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in you. And then the marriage would be an easy sail. You have the wind at your back. Picking the husband that way and picking the wife that way. That's the foundation of a marriage that lasts.
We're going to give some more practical examples. You're living with that person, and you know what? Shaitan, he wants to break the home. This is one of the things that he loves, is to dividing husband and wife. So when jealousy comes in, or bad attitude, or some of these other things that kind of will end up making a husband angry with his wife, or a wife angry with the husband, give some practical advice, like how we don't let that escalate and get out of hand.
That's a very important point. The overwhelming majority, especially of the wives, and I would let our sisters pay attention to that, is that the husband does something that they don't like or hate, and they don't express that to the husband. And the husband thinks, you know what, I know this is wrong, but that's okay with her, so no problem. Next time, I'll let it out the same way. And then he keeps doing that hateful thing, and sometimes even in a worse way. And she does not still express it till it comes to a point where I see in marriages that lasted for 14, 15 years with 4 children, and the wife comes to a point that's it, no matter what you do, divorce, no way back. And I spent a year and a half with the family, a year and a half, doing, circus work. not just as an imam, doing everything that you can possibly imagine, try to put the family together. And she had so much built up of anger, of all that residual over the years. And the husband told me innocently, and I believed him, I didn't know that she didn't like that.
Talk about communication.
Yes, express in a nice, polite way. After